Nowadays, we touch our phones an average of 2,200 times each day. Research shows that, post the COVID-19 pandemic, people spend an average of 7 hours daily on their screens. This means looking at screens for 7 hours every day, whether scrolling through social media, watching YouTube videos, or Netflix. Spending 7 hours on screens not only impacts other aspects of life like studies, work and hobbies, but also affects the mind. Some individuals may feel irritated, restless, or stressed when separated from their phones, indicating a potential addiction that is often overlooked. In today's video, we will delve into the science behind this addiction, its impact on life, and most importantly, explore possible solutions. The constant bombardment of sounds, animations, notifications and endless content has turned into an addiction, triggering the brain's dopamine reward system. Social media addiction is comparable to addictions like cigarettes, alcohol, drugs and gambling, despite the stark differences between substances like cocaine and social media. To understand dopamine, it's essential to recognize it as a neurotransmitter produced in the brain. This neurotransmitter communicates messages between different brain regions, acting as a signal. Dopamine, not considered a pleasure chemical as previously thought, is now understood by scientists to be linked to motivation and reward. When the mind anticipates engaging in an activity that may bring happiness, dopamine levels increase. This anticipation triggers feelings of excitement and happiness. Dopamine's role lies in motivation, memory and learning. It's important to note that happiness is more closely associated with endorphins, which act as happiness boosters and pain relievers in the body. Maintaining an optimal level of dopamine is crucial for your body, as extremes, either too high or too low, can lead to issues. Problems arise when your brain reduces dopamine transmission below the baseline after receiving a reward, creating a chronic dopamine deficit state. Consistently low dopamine levels can diminish your ability to experience pleasure and happiness, requiring more stimuli to achieve the same level of contentment. This phenomenon can be explained using an example where receiving something repeatedly diminishes its novelty, known in psychology as the hedonic treadmill. Just like how receiving chocolates daily reduces the excitement over time, achieving a significant milestone like clearing MIT's entrance exam may bring immense joy initially, but sustaining that level of happiness over time is unrealistic. The peak happiness experienced at the moment of success is natural, but expecting the same level of elation to persist indefinitely is not typical human behavior. Similar to achieving milestones in life, such as becoming a CSA officer or president, maintaining a consistent level of happiness is like being on a treadmill. You must keep moving to sustain that level. Over time, the excitement of routine activities diminishes, requiring new achievements or experiences to spark joy. This principle extends to substances like cigarettes and drugs. Initially, even a small amount can provide immense pleasure, but as tolerance builds, more is needed to achieve the same effect. The cycle of needing increasing amounts to experience the same pleasure can lead to addiction. Social media addiction operates in a parallel manner. Receiving notifications triggers dopamine release, leading to instant gratification. However, as the novelty wears off, a higher quantity of likes, comments, or messages becomes necessary to elicit the same level of happiness. Despite the diverse examples provided, the underlying neurological processes in each scenario remain fundamentally similar. The reason why we aren't equally addicted to everything lies in two main factors: ease of access and speedy rewards. The likelihood of becoming addicted to something depends on how easily accessible it is and how quickly you receive rewards for engaging in it. For instance, you could potentially become addicted to chocolate if you have easy and frequent access to it, as sugar addiction is a recognized phenomenon. Conversely, becoming addicted to clearing MIT isn't as common because it requires years of hard work without immediate rewards. Addiction to making money can occur when there's easy access to wealth and rapid financial gains. This pattern is also observed in gambling addiction, where individuals have quick access to potential winnings. In contrast, starting a business or gradually building wealth through a job isn't as prone to addiction due to the absence of speedy rewards or easy access. Applying these concepts to social media, Platforms like Facebook, Twitter and Instagram are incredibly easy to access with just a few taps on your phone. Additionally, the instant gratification from receiving likes, comments, messages and entertainment content on these platforms provides quick rewards that contribute to potential addiction. On TikTok, videos play automatically upon opening the app and continue to swipe down automatically, setting it apart from other activities. For instance, reading a book requires patience, with rewards only coming after reading several pages, which takes time. Playing outside involves dressing up, exerting physical effort and reducing the ease of access. Similarly, meeting friends involves planning, dressing up and going out, further reducing ease of access. Social media companies intentionally design their apps to be engaging and addictive, drawing on detailed psychological studies to understand what attracts users and encourages prolonged screen time. They have strategically manipulated their apps to captivate users, viewing them as targets for their well-crafted traps. Professionals in these companies earn substantial salaries by conducting extensive psychological analyses and surveys to identify triggers that keep users engaged. From color schemes to button layouts, every detail is carefully considered to maximize user engagement. Platforms like Facebook have transitioned from having a finite newsfeed to infinite scrolling, aiming to keep users on the app for longer periods. While traditionally, people have sought out new experiences by exploring on their own, meeting new people, visiting new places and learning new hobbies, these endeavors require patience and time. The accessibility and immediate rewards provided by your phone make it easier to rely on social media, contributing to the dangers of social media addiction. Beyond simply wasting time, this addiction poses various risks. Firstly, it can lead to increased radicalization as algorithms cater to your preferences, forming echo chambers for political viewpoints. This can fuel insecurity and depression, especially when comparing oneself to filtered social media portrayals. Teenagers, in particular, may feel heightened anxiety and depression, particularly if they receive fewer likes. Mark Zuckerberg's portrayal of Facebook as a platform for connecting people contrasts with the reality that it often keeps individuals glued to screens rather than fostering real-life interactions. Social media addiction can lead to reduced face-to-face interactions as real-life friends become primarily online connections. While social media can be beneficial in moderation, addressing addiction lies in understanding and managing the ease of access and rapid rewards it provides. The solution to combating social media addiction rests on navigating these factors effectively. To overcome any addiction, the key is to reduce ease of access and eliminate speedy rewards. For social media addiction, a simple solution is to delete social media apps from your phone while keeping your accounts. Accessing social media through a browser or laptop instead of convenient apps reduces the ease of access, altering your behavior. Another effective step is to turn off notifications, preventing constant expectations of rewards and allowing you to engage with apps intentionally. Tailoring solutions to your addiction level is crucial. Turn off notifications for mild addiction, delete apps for moderate addiction and use private browsing for severe addiction, requiring you to enter your password each time you access social media. The more challenging the action becomes, the easier it is to break the addiction. Applying similar strategies to phone use, like disabling sound alerts, can help limit distractions and excessive screen time. By making addictive behaviors more difficult to engage in, such as by limiting access to cigarettes or gambling options, it becomes harder to sustain the addiction. Control over various addictions can be achieved by manipulating accessibility and rewards to break habitual behaviors. Thanks for watching Facts for You.